Hello pet parents, and welcome to another edition of Behind the Product. I am really excited to share our next guest's information with you because you know what? It's something that all of us pet parents should be thinking about, but probably aren't. I want to welcome Debra Hamilton. Debra, thank you so much for all that you're doing. How did you get started so deep in the pet world?
Well, Robert, I'm glad you asked. I am an attorney who also, as a hobby, showed dogs. And so I, at one point, had 13 dogs, and I often wondered, what would happen to my dogs if, in fact, I wasn't able to care for them because I was their main caregiver? And then I realized that might happen and I wouldn't be dead yet, and if it was in my will, none of that would come to fruition. So I said, my God, I have to make sure that I make a plan. And wouldn't you know, I had a broken ankle 3 years ago that made all of that worry come to pass. Here I was, I couldn't take care of my dogs, and I had people who were going to take care of my dogs that in fact had broken their wrist 2 weeks before I broke my ankle, and the other one was renovating her kennel. So the people who had said, oh yes, I'll take care of your dogs if something happens to you, couldn't. And I realized they didn't really have a plan in place. I didn't have anything that showed people how to take care of my pets because I wasn't dead yet. My will didn't come into fruition. So I actually created the MAP program so people would make a plan, because you want to map the journey that your pet takes when you can't personally take care of them and you don't have to be dead yet.
Well, and let's talk about that. I am so fascinated by this. I know I've started the process. It is a journey, but you've made it so simple. Let's share it with the folks.
I have. So I've broken it down to 4 pieces. If you take the time to give your information in these 4 pieces, someone can pick up and take care of your pets long-term, short-term, if you can't take care of them. So the first piece is make a plan. Pretty intuitive, nobody does it. The second piece is address all the needs of that pet that you love so much. He sleeps on a couch, he likes this blanket, he needs this food, he needs this medicine. People don't write that down, they really don't.
Great point.
Address the people who you want to take care of your pets and have them agree in writing so they know they've taken on the responsibility and you know they've taken on the responsibility, so you've appointed them. And then finally, you have to tell somebody. You have to publish it, because if it's in your brain, it's not coming out if, God forbid, you're in a coma or you've had a stroke or you're sick, you might not remember. So you have to publish it, you have to leave it somewhere where someone can find it, because it's really important. I always say put bells and whistles on it. I just gave a program and told people to put a sticker on the refrigerator door and say, this is where the plan for my pets are, so you can find it easily. Most people don't do it.
Well, and you've got a unique background and insight into this. You also work with folks on mediation for important issues dealing with our pets. Let's talk about that for a second.
Well, I was a litigator. I call myself a recovering litigator now because I was a DA in Westchester County, New York. And then I had a practice for many years. I took time off and was a PTA president. So if you know about being in the PTA, you know how hard that is to get people to play together nicely in the sandbox. I learned a skill I didn't know I was learning at the time, which was to get people to work together by appreciating what they bring to the table. Everybody's unique. When I went back to litigating, I realized I couldn't do it anymore because I always wanted to get them to the place where everybody remained happy. And so now I mediate conflicts between people over animals, which is why I wrote this book, really cute, Nipped in the Bud, Not in the Butt, because it's about conflicts over animals and divorce, landlord-tenant, any sort of case that could come up for breeder, owner, handler, anywhere, your veterinarian, your groomer, your kennel person, anywhere a disagreement comes up. If you use mediation instead of litigation, which is everybody's knee-jerk reaction, I'm just going to sue you, Robert, because you know what? I know I'm right. I actually just got off the phone with a client who said, I'm not going to mediate because I know I'm right. And I said, well, hopefully the court will agree with you. But if you sat down and had a conversation, not only would you possibly be able to resolve this conflict, but you might be able to retain the relationship, and you really would spend less money and less time doing it.
Well, and we would keep people that we trust, that know our pets in their lives and our lives.
Absolutely.
It's a great way to do this. What's the number one piece of advice you would give to folks and hope that they absorb from this?
Well, for the MAP program, make a plan now. I know that everyone's going to live every day and stay in the positive and know nothing's going to happen to them. However, 9/11 happened and people couldn't get home, their planes were delayed. How did they take care of their pets? Things are happening all over the world, floods, fire. If you're at work and the wind changes in California and your animals are at home, have you made a plan to get them out of the house? So for the MAP plan, you really need to make that plan, if nothing else, and appoint the people who are going to take care of your pets. And as far as mediation is concerned, don't let the problem get out of hand. I know, I just want to ignore Robert. He's annoying me, but I just want to ignore him. Really, to speak to him while I still can, to have a conversation and listen to what he's saying with a mediator who would enable you to be heard, respected, and understood is by far the best way to have a conversation. I help divorcing people keep the pets in their lives. It's usually the last best thing they have together, and they don't want to lose it, and I help them retain those pets.
Well, it's phenomenal. The MAP program is just a must-do.
It is a must-do.
must-do.
Thank you, because Robert, it's my passion. After I broke my ankle and realized that I didn't have a plan in place, I said, I bet there's somebody like me out there. And you know what? There's hundreds and thousands of people out there like me who think that I'll do it tomorrow. Please, God, go on my website because it will be so easy for you to download all this information.
Well, and let's bring that up. I want the folks to know where they can go and get this great information, do the MAP plan. We didn't even talk about the passport that you do, so go do that. I've done that for Sugar and Zoe. Thank you for that.
You're very
Let's
welcome.
give it out to the folks so they can go do it.
So I offer a free MAP webinar every month because I want people to understand how to do it. Go do it yourself. I give you templates. I give you video direction on how to do it. You can reach the sign up part for the MAP webinar at www.hamiltonlawandmediation.com. It's the full word. That's www.hamiltonlawandmediation.com. You can also download for free the passport that Robert downloaded, which you should take with you every time you travel with your pet, and you should always have available if you're leaving your pet at a kennel or leaving your pet with a caregiver at your home, because what happens if your pet gets out? They then have all the pertinent information. If they have to put up signs, they've got it right there.
It is phenomenal. I am so glad I did it. I know Sugar and Zoe said, it's about time, Dad.
That's right.
So it's done, but you know what, folks, go check it out. Thank you so much. I mean, the things you're doing help keep the important pets in our lives safe and together with us.
Thank you, Robert. That's my mission in life. I really want to keep the pets in your life, and I want to keep the people who are in your life involved with your pets in your life as well. Have that conversation early and often. I always say, call a mediator in because they're going to hold that safe space for you.
Well, thank you for keeping everybody safe. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thanks.